Hey everybody, good afternoon. It is I, Stippling Vaughn, working at my local bar. And Graham Nolan sorry about that guys, forgot about that. Graham Nolan has launched the Return to Monster Island campaign. He did it Thursday night. He launched the campaign at 7 p.m. and it was just him and Andy, and he's getting the bugs out. So far, he did a great job. I think he did like 14,000 the first hour. Then he went over to Ethan's stream and he raised, he got over 25, I think. But still, I really like the fact how, like, on his own, launching it, he did such a great job on his own. If he just continued on his stream without going over to Ethan's, I think he would have done as good, if not, if just as good. I wouldn't say as better, because Ethan has a huge pool. He had about 1,000 people on his show that night. But no, the quote of the campaign so far has to be Graham going, "Fuck me!" I just thought that was hilarious when he was like trying to go through and thought he had all the kinks out and all the secret perks were good and he had the shipping right. Nope, he had errors. And I just love it. He's just like, bleep me, But he seemed like he got all the kinks out of the campaign by the time it went over to Ethan's. And like he said when he was talking to Andy, and Andy was saying how, like, I do it all the time, and how you go a little blind when you're creating those campaigns. So very good. Congratulations, Graham. Graham's hoping to do another this is gonna be another $100,000 campaign. My response is, hell, don't go for don't do 100K. Let's go for $250,000 with this campaign. You think about it. His next book, which he'll be doing this year, is Escape from Monster Island. So if you get on this campaign, you get books 1 and 2 of the Monster Island trilogy. And remember, Ghost of Matacumba Key is going to be coming. He's actually going to be starting shipping probably this week. He's going to start shipping, which means in the next 2 weeks, people are going to start getting the books. So once people start to get Ghost of Matacumba Key and they see how all the Nolan books are interconnected, I'm sure that the sales for Monster Island are going to go up significantly. I'm a huge fan of Graham's when it comes to crowdfunding. That's actually, I really became a fan of his. He's the guy who created Bane. I wasn't a huge Bane fan. I wasn't even buying buying Batman comics when he did Bane. It's with him doing the Chenoo, and like as he put it, like wanting to do monster books.
Hi, Vaughn.
Hey, how you guys doing? Wanting to do monster books, and that's what really got him going with the crowdfunding. First with the Chenoo, then Alien Alamo, and I've just been a huge fan of his ever since he started doing crowdfunding. It's actually what brought me into this Comicsgate space. And then on top of it, speaking of Comicsgate, the Diaz brothers, they have their third Lost Pages book. It's going to be wrapping up soon. They are doing the fan art competition. Yesterday or on Friday night, they did went through all the fan art, and I thought I'd posted it properly. Maybe I'd forgotten. I don't know. I can't remember. But they showed one of the short videos, one of my time-lapse 30-second videos of me working on their page. So I took a picture of it and put it onto Twitter. I'm having issues. I'm very technologically insufficient. And so I got to figure out how to... I've scanned it onto my iPad. I've now got to figure out how to get it shared from my iPad on as a Twitter post. So I've got to figure that out. I'm an idiot when it comes to that stuff. But no, I did my fan page, and if you look at go back, probably like the middle of last year, you can see the progress videos I did. I've got my normal Saturday and Sunday videos, and then I did a bunch of time-lapse videos working on it. So if you go into my shorts, you can see it. They're hashtagged as lost pages. And then if you go into the regular videos, you can see other videos of me working on it. So I had a great deal of fun working on the Lost Pages books, or the Lost Pages fan art piece. Check out my videos and check them out. So the big topic of conversation is Camelot is going racing. He got himself a ride. He pretty much had to buy his way. Cost him a shitload of money. More so than I ever would have spent. But he's getting into it. As he said, hey, I'm living my dream. I mean, and you can't blame him for living his dream. When you take a look at all these, like myself and all these other comic book artists or comic book creators that aren't doing it full time. Crowdfunding gives us the ability to live our dream with creating these books that and just putting so much love into them, and in many ways all of them are love letters to an industry that we used to love and it's been slowly being destroyed. So definitely I have so much respect and enjoyment. I don't know when I first was noticed Camelot on YouTube. It was probably him being on with Nick Rekieta, or it was every once in a while him showing up on a Flashcast. I'm not actually certain when I discovered him, but when I started watching his videos and then starting to watch his live streams, I could relate to him because of the fact that let me back up a second. I was never a NASCAR fan growing up, okay? When I became a NASCAR fan was actually when I was moving back to Pennsylvania after living in New Jersey. I couldn't afford to live in New Jersey anymore, wasn't getting any art jobs. And I was like, how the hell do I talk to people in Pennsylvania? I had moved away for such a significant period of time. I was like, NASCAR. Everybody in Pennsylvania and Central PA loves NASCAR. So I started watching NASCAR just so I could have conversations with people. And I learned about NASCAR from Fox, the way Fox did it. They had their guys, they had a driver, Darrell Waltrip, doing color commentary. They had Ryan McReynolds, who was a crew chief, doing color commentary. And then they had, I think it was Jeff Hammond. He wasn't doing color commentary, but it's kind of he was like an expert. And they would go and they'd cut to him during the race, and he had a cutaway of the car, and he'd show them okay, the car's doing this driver's complain about this, and he'd have show where in the car, what causes the car to get loose, and this driver's having this problems, and he'd show parts of the car and show what it is, and that's what really I learned about NASCAR was from Fox. So don't watch a whole lot of it anymore. If it's playing here at the bar, I'll watch it. Just I almost glance up at it while I'm working. But really, that's how I became a NASCAR fan, was really from a means to be able to communicate with others. So I'm really happy for Camelot, and he got in. He has to race his way in with time trials. I think if I remember right, the way ARCA does it for Daytona, you have to qualify on time and speed. It's not like you race your way in the way NASCAR does it, or the way the Cup Series does it. So, but So no, like I said, he's going to be in. His number is number 86. He was doing it where if anybody gave him $100 during one of his streams, they were called Red Boys, and their name is on the trunk lid of the car, which is great. So like I said, he's doing it all on his own. He really does not have much along the ways of sponsorship. He had to get a certain amount of sponsors to be able to be in the race. So, and he's just basically right now he's just broke even. He's, like I said, he's doing this all on his own. He doesn't have any corporate sponsorship or like heavy duty corporate sponsorship, or even he doesn't have a daddy with deep pockets. So I'm really, I'm going to be, when I come in next Saturday, as soon as I come in, I'll be telling the bartender, put that TV right there on FS1 so I can watch the race. So I'll be rushing to get my video done so then I can sit back and enjoy the race. Order me some wings and just sit and relax. So I'll be enjoying that. And here's the thing is, in this YouTube circle, it's getting around. Ethan Van Sciver, in fact, he's going to be doing a 24-hour campaign with 24-hour live stream to raise money. He's hoping to he has to get a minimum of like $30,000 for them to have a Cyber Frog wrap on Camelot's car, and that'll be for the Talladega race, which plate races are always big races. You always get a lot of viewership, even with the ARCA series being a very low tier. At the plate races, you get a very large viewership. So a lot of eyes on it. So regardless of your personal opinion of Ethan, hey, he says he's going to be doing this as a crowd fund, where you get a book. He's going to be re-releasing or reprinting Heartsick Horror, and he's figuring out like what's going to cost for the book, and then the rest of the money goes to Camelot, so he can have a Cyber Frog wrap on his car for Talladega, which is great. I mean, that really helps him. I mean, he's got the funding that he can do Daytona. He's going to be doing, let's see here. He's doing Daytona. He's going to be able to do Phoenix 2 weeks later. I think it's April is Talladega, and then I think May is Charlotte. So he might be able to, I think he's got enough money for those races. If he's able to race past that, I don't know. I hope he does. It really all comes down to sponsorship, and I hope the best for him. I'll be paying much more attention to his channel as he keeps us entertained and informed with how he's doing. I think I know last year during the racing season, I was aware of Camelot because he would sometimes, if he was able to, he would talk about the race, how he did. What the hell's going on with this nib? Okay, this nib's obviously dying, so this nib is dying that right now when I try to go down like this, the ink's not coming out. I gotta flip it over, so it works out when I'm doing these areas here, but right now I want to work here. So let's get out another nib. Let's see how this nib does. So give me a minute here, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, that's nice. So yeah, so I mean, I'm going to enjoy watching him this year when he's racing on Saturdays, and when it's an aired race and I can see it or an FS1 here at the bar, I'll definitely have it on, as opposed to walking in and telling the bartender to put it on TNT or FS1 or so I'm normally on the off season when it's not the football season. I'll ask the bartender to put one of the TVs on TNT, or I'll ask them to put it on FX. But right now with racing, and with him in racing, if it's an ARCA race and it's on if it's on FS1, or if it's on a sports channel, if I know about it, I'll definitely be asking the bartender to put it on. So, I mean, best of luck to Camelot, and I will be rooting for you. So, okay, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry about that delay and the technical issues with with my nibs. That's what happens when you're working, and you just overcome. And so, like I always say, life is stressful, but when you have issues with your nibs, you just see if you got to switch to a new nib, and then you keep on working, because when life is stressful, you just take it all one dot at a time.